Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Link's League, where I'm in a league of my own. And in this game, I'm playing Jax, but I figured since there's not a lot that goes on in Twisted Treeline, that I would just do highlights this video. It's a new way of actually showing some videos that are plus 30 minutes, because a 40-minute video is hard for people to just sit down and watch. Now I'm going to talk through this beginning part because it's essentially going to be going over the team comps and what lanes people are going to. Well, real quick, me and this Darius that you actually see, the one with the bio, the only Darius on the screen, him and I actually, the game before this was Summoner's Rift, we 0-0-0'd our top lane for 35 minutes. And after having like his, I think it was his AD carry, fail in a team fight, they lost. We decided that since we're both good at being brawlers to go into a Twisted Treeline game. And that's how this game happened. As for the Katarina, she's just some random person, and yeah. And as you can see, there's some ridiculous things going on over there in the bush. Their team consists of a Teemo, who is going AP. Thank God they nerfed that. This is pre-nerf though, this is the Z patch. They have a Gragas, who has not been touched in nerfs forever. And he actually does do rather well. And then a Riven, who counters Darius quite well, which I find interesting. I'm not sure if he actually do counter. There's some words being thrown in the chat, but I do have that covered up because I'm afraid of what they actually do say, because this is from, yet again, the Z patch. I'm pretty sure it went Z. There's a champion in between Z and now, isn't there? Nami, yeah. Z, Nami, and then Vi, or V. Yeah. Anyway, there's Gragas getting off some early damage. And this is laning phase. Laning phase is going to consist of me and Katarina bot, Darius top against the Riven, and the Teemo and Gragas down bot. We have a lot of AP down here, which is bad for me because I'm Jax, and Jax doesn't do well with a lot of AP. And Darius is being overpowered and completely decimating the top lane. Although, we'll see how that actually stays. So without further ado, here is going to be some highlights until, let's say, the 25-minute mark when we get into the late game. So you should expect some cuts soon. Here is a gank on the Riven with the stun out, but she will manage to stun me before I can actually use Counter-Strike. As we will see top, we will see the Riven and the Darius getting into a fight. Will the Riven actually manage to get away? Doesn't look like it. She has Ignite, she has 4 stacks of Hemorrhage, there's the Exhaust, but there's a Flash by the Darius and a Crippling Strike, and OP Bleed. What we see here, we will see Jax actually jumping in, getting the stun on the Teemo, and the Gragas missing his barrel. There's this flash out on the Teemo, but the belly rush into Jax. Now the Teemo will get away, but now we turn to Gragas. Will Gragas manage to get away? Yes, he will, as we both fall dangerously low on our health pools, and I am almost out of mana. We will see Jax coming up for another gank on the Riven, turning on Counter-Strike. Will he actually manage to do it? Yes, he does. He does get the stun. Following in on the Riven. The Riven is alone, but she will get to turret, with Jax having a little bit of harass during the downtime. Top lane, we will see Riven wasting off Broken Wings and all of her cooldowns. There's Darius with the pull. There's the Crippling Strike and the Decimate. Now she's going to be falling dangerously low. There's the Stun Po from the Katarina and a pickup from a basic. So we see Darius coming from the top and meeting with the Teemo in the walkway. There's the cripple, there's the pull, and there is the ulti from the Darius after Ignite. Now I am dangerously far in and attempting to get away. There's the stun from the Riven. Can I jump? No, I cannot. The jump has been wasted. And now the Gragas did manage to take me out. Now Katarina coming in with all of her cooldowns. Will she pursue and pick up any kills? You'll see her landing with Bouncing Blade and going in straight with her ulti, melting Riven to half health, as Riven does escape into the jungle. We're going to see Teemo walking up into the bush. There's the flash from the Katarina and a Chumpo landing almost all her damage. They're activating her ulti. Teemo flashing away and her getting knocked into the turret and killed with the turret bolt. Now we are going to see Riven coming up near the bush and getting completely CC'd by me and Darius and getting dunked by Darius' ulti. Now the Gragas will choose to return instead of engaging in a 2v1. Darius now returning to lane and Teemo in that lane. Teemo does get too close, allowing him to get grabbed, and there's the Crippling Strike. Teemo will attempt to get away. There's the ulti and an Ignite, picking up a nice kill, as we're going to see the Katarina and the Riven having a fight. Katarina trying to do as much damage as she can, activating her ulti, but getting knocked up, and a stun. So will Katarina manage to live? No, she will not, as the kill is picked up by Riven. with the camera focusing on Katarina, what will we see her do? We will see her actually going and jumping into the wolves and getting CC'd by the Riven, but Riven will actually manage to lose her combo as the stun does go in. But there is the knockup from the Gragas, and using his ulti, she is now gone, but there is an ignite. Will she manage to get away from this? No, she will not. The Riven will manage to get too close and land her ulti for the kill. What we see here, we will see Gragas coming in with the belly rush, but managing to get CC'd out by me and Darius. Now Darius is going to go in and continue to fight while I will leave him to have his kill. There's a flash, there's an ult. Now it is Riven versus Darius. I am choosing to go in now, and Darius is getting rather low and getting body blocked by minions, activating my Ghost and my ultimate to keep with the Riven, doing as much damage as I can to poke her out. And we will see me actually landing my stun, but her getting her combo out with broken wings and getting a double kill. We will see the Teemo actually choosing to go toward the Katarina, activating his move quick, and she does juke into the bushes, coming out and doing some burst damage to Teemo, attempting to hide in there, and the ulti is still picking up on him, but she is taking too much damage. There is the kill for the Teemo. As Teemo is done farming top and going to choose to claim our altar, I'm going to activate Ghost and go in. There's Counter-Strike. He will flash as I use my jump onto him, stunning the minions. Now I will land my Ignite as Darius and Katarina are going to come in. He is going to juke back, and we're going to do massive damage to him, as the Darius will pull him in and allow Katarina to finish him off with her ulti. Gragas is going to belly rush onto me, and I'm going to quickly Counter-Strike, allowing me to get a stun and to stay with Gragas. Now I'm going to choose to stay with Gragas because we know he's alone. There's his ultimate actually failing him there, allowing me to keep distance. Now will I manage to keep with Gragas until he is dead? Counter-Strike is currently not up. It has 5 seconds more on the cooldown. I am continuing to follow as they are going after the shrine. Now I will activate my ultimate so I can soak up a little bit more damage from the turret. He will go and hide, as I am going to take their golems. We are going to see the Darius pull the Riven, and she will attempt to battle step away as she comes back in with broken wings and almost all of her cooldowns down. There is the last one of Key Burst. Will we see them engage with this opportunity? Yes, we will. There is the jump on her. Now she's activating her ultimate, trying to defend herself underneath the turret, using the turret to help her. As she waits for help to arrive, Teemo is actually here, and he will start bursting down Katarina. There's the broken wings yet again, landing a kill and landing a second kill with the Teemo poison. So Teemo and me are in the jungle. So what will we do? We will actually see the Darius grab the Teemo and keep him away from his friends, as I'm going to ult it into a Teemo shroom by the Gragas and forced to back away as a Teemo will land a basic and get a kill. Now it is a 3v2 as Riven's on her way in to help, as they are going to retreat. The Katarina is going to take a lot of damage and die in the process. What will we see about? We will see the Darius doing his pull and getting Riven into him, allowing the turret to aggro to Riven as he will try and keep her there CC'd as long as possible. Gragas is not able to do much as cooldowns are a thing. There's the ultimate down on the Riven, and she will die to hemorrhage. Now Darius is on his own. There is the Malmortius kicking in. Sorry, that is the Hex Drinker being slated, and there is an easy double kill with a simple cripple from the Darius. So we will see Riven coming in here with her ulti, collapsing in on the Katarina, but there is Darius and I in there doing as much as we can, landing my stun on almost everyone. There's the Darius ulti killing the Riven. Now we're going to change our focus to Teemo, as he is going to get wiped out by the Katarina. There's the ultimate, and we will go in and ace with the sacrifice of Katarina. That is a double kill, and now it is going to be us attempting to go after the turret, while Darius is going to return for items, and I picked up my tons of damage. We will see the Teemo actually warding here, but being pulled in by the Darius and completely nuked out with some damage. There's the Gragas ulti knocking back the Katarina and the flash from the Darius, as it is now a 3 versus 2, as I am about to come in and start to do some damage. Coming in with my Counter-Strike active, going after Riven, landing a stun, and we will manage to get the kill with the Darius ulti. Now we are going to switch to either Gragas or Teemo. We are switching to Gragas. I'm going to stay on Gragas as long as possible until I can get my Counter-Strike to cool down, which is in 3 seconds. Will we manage to actually get the kill on the Gragas? I'm going to continue to pursue, activate Counter-Strike, go back on her turret. Darius is sitting there waiting for the Teemo to re-arrive, and he will not reappear. And now it is me farming minions while they are waiting for Teemo. And I'm waiting for another wave of minions to allow me to get Gragas. But what we did see top is we did see the Katarina getting killed. How did this happen? Well, Teemo was out here farming. She decides to walk into, wait for it, a Teemo shroom and get a simple blinding dart for a kill. There's Darius coming in with his combo and leaving Teemo to die with a hemorrhage, as Darius is going to pick up, or no, actually I pick up that kill on the Gragas with a simple QE combo W. And we do take turret. We're going to see a fight here as the Katarina is going to get trapped and do quite a bit of damage. There's a Gragas ulti, and the Katarina is going to be caught out. There's the ulti from the Riven, managing to pick up the kill on the Katarina. There's the ult going down and picking up the Riven, as he will not be able to get away because he is CC'd by the Teemo Sphage. And we will actually see him get aced. And as I said, I will start commentating at 25 minutes. It is now 25 minutes into the recording, and we will look at the late game items, CS, and what has happened. So what has happened so far is the other team has a lot of AP bursts along with Riven's AoE abilities that are AD, so it's kind of hard to counter build. As our team is a lot more single-focused, as Katarina's burst damage to one person, Darius, and I do. So we have problems actually focusing a target. Now if you look at it, my CS is really quite high. I have gotten tons of damage, Aginsu's, and I am working on my Hex deck. Darius has built a Frozen Mallet, Maul Malmortius, a Overlord's Bloodmail. Pretty much he's building health other than these two items. Katarina has her Rylai's for some nice CC. Looks like she is building into a mask, but it's actually the torch on here. And she's doing pretty well with her CS. She does have the most deaths, but that is because they are focusing her, and she has not been building any defense. She's just been building some slight health. Now if we move over to their side, let's look at Riven. We'll see Riven with Armor Pen, because we're all building armor, right? With Armor Pen, a Sanguine Blade for a little bit of lifesteal. A Phage that looks like it's going into a Frozen Mallet. This going into a Maul Malmortius, and I'm not quite sure what this is going into. As for Teemo, Frozen Mallet, so you can't get away. Wit's End, and I have to rewind this one more time. Wit's End, Wicked Hatchet, and those items, and Gragas with a Rod of Ages, a needlessly large rod, and that. So let's drop this, as we're going to see us going in on the Gragas. There's the jump, and we will see him actually ulting away from my stun. Katarina shun-poing onto him, and he will now run through a Teemo Shroom to keep us CC'd for a matter of seconds as Riven's coming in. Riven will do quite a bit of damage. Katarina miss her ulti, but we will manage to pick up the Gragas in a matter of seconds. Now I'm going to counter-strike out and stay away from the fight, as Riven will choose to come in and finish me off, as Darius is going to be in there versus the Riven. There he is, landing all his damage and his ulti. There's the Maul Malmortius shield, not really doing much, but blocking Teemo poison. Now Teemo's going to realize that he is beat, and there's the double kill with the Darius ulti. That was a pretty decent fight. They got caught out of position, but we did as well. The Riven missed her ulti, which allowed a couple more seconds of Katarina damage, and that kind of threw everything off of balance. Anyway, back to Gragas. Woogle's Witch Cap, Rod of Ages, and those two items. CS on their team, I'm comparable to Riven, Darius is comparable to Teemo, and those two are really not anywhere comparable. So we're going to see him actually go after the turret here and do quite a bit of damage in the few seconds he's with it, as the minions are going to be picked off by the turret, so that Gragas will not get as much CS as he would have previously. They are pinging to get their turret, or their altar for some reason, as now we are going to see another fight break out. Let's see. Teemo Shroom actually going to activate on the speed buff. Darius is going to attempt to pull, as me and Katarina are going in. There's the missed ulti from the Gragas. There's my AoE stun, and we will see Gragas actually using his Woogles to mitigate most damage. There's me attempting to get away, and dying to an ignite by the Gragas. Now we will see the Darius attempt to get away after that double kill for the red team onto us. Darius is actually attempting to defend both bot and top, which really he can't defend top, although the minions are going to hold him for a second. They are both pinging on the turret to get it destroyed in a matter of seconds, so hopefully we will be up in around 30 seconds. So what will we see here, as I'm going to fast forward into this gameplay, we're actually going to see them being very aggressive toward Darius, and Darius choosing to go back, as we are going to push top lane, and Riven's going to take our altar. But we're going to see a rather interesting fight here in a second, as you will see the Gragas on his way down to go and 1v1 the Darius. Now it is a 2v2, and the Darius is going to pull the Teemo past the Shroom. There's quite a bit of burst damage. There's the ulti knocking Darius through the mushroom, as he's going to be right next to Teemo. Will he manage to do enough damage? There's the ult, there is Hemorrhage, and there is the ult from the Darius, managing to do quite a bit of damage. Now it is 3v1 on the Gragas, and that will be an easy pickup, while Riven's here, and I'm going to choose to chase after Riven using Ghost. Will we manage to keep with her? No, she will actually pop her Ghost as well. I'm going to activate my ulti so I can soak up as much damage as possible. Activate Counter-Strike to mitigate most of the damage from there. Keep her stunned and use my tons of damage to my advantage, but I will fall. But Darius is now on his way through, wasting a flash and the pull for an easy pickup on the Riven. Oh, I forgot, I'm not doing the thing anymore. Where I quit talking after, okay. That's kind of funny. Anyway, so Darius just won that altercation. I kind of failed a little bit, but I hoped that I could have actually stayed in that fight a little bit longer. I didn't go with defensive boots because, honestly, I didn't feel like I needed them. I needed to be able to stay in there and brawl a lot, because as long as I had Counter-Strike up, Teemo's blinding dart, well, it still will blind me, but it won't, like, I don't know. Honestly, I always think it stops the dart. There's certain attacks that Counter-Strike does stop, so it's kind of iffy. Like, it can stop a Ezreal Q. Like, okay, here's what I don't understand. Pantheon Shield blocks basic attacks, if I'm not mistaken. It can block an Ez Q, but Jax's Counter-Strike cannot block an Ez Q. Pantheon Shield can block a Teemo Q, but can't block a Jax, or Jax's E cannot block a Q from Teemo. It's like, what? They need to have some more conformity in what things do, or have them better worded, because it's kind of getting ridiculous. Also, one of the things I'm really kind of angry about is how certain targetable spells are just kind of ridiculous. Like, I've seen Condemned Arrow where someone flashed and the arrow hit the side of them and they went flying. The arrow did a 90-degree turn, and then, yeah, what? Last I checked, arrows can't go and like do a 90-degree turn, hit somebody, and then throw them into the wall with the sheer force of the side of the arrow. What? Like, I'm talking about Vayne's Condemn, if I didn't say that already. They need to have some more conformity in all their skills and spells. It's kind of ridiculous. And they need to overpower Flash a little bit more. Anyway, here's me with an Oracle's Elixir, because I'm getting sick of these Teemo Shrooms, and what a bad time to buy him, as he's only put down, looks like 3 Teemo Shrooms. 4 Teemo Shrooms. We're going to need to go to directed camera, speed up a little bit, because this is really close right now. They actually are ahead of us by 2k, and there's me actually collapsing in on the Teemo, doing a 1v1, but like I said, Jax with the attack speed boots allows me to stay with the Teemo in the damage to soak up any more lifesteal that I need. Jumping to Darius for a little bit of support, as we're going to wait for Darius. There's the belly rush in, blind, and there's going to be wasted flash, as Darius is going to be caught out by the Riven, and we will actually see the Riven manage to get her ulti out. I'm going to Counter-Strike to Darius for an extra couple units, as I'm going to be blasted into the base by Gragas' ulti, allowing me to get out here and start fighting. Katarina and I are going to go in there. Katarina will kill. Okay, I gotta go back a little bit. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so what happens? Well, Katarina's up there ulting, and she is going to kill the Teemo. I managed to do quite a bit of damage to the Riven with my basic attacks and the turret. I'll pick up the kill with the turret's help, as the Katarina is still up top, landing missing basics on the Teemo. Now Shun-Poing to the Teemo. We're going to speed this up just a little bit. Gragas and her getting in a basic fight, me jumping in and landing a couple abilities on the Gragas, but I'm choosing to not go against the Gragas. He will use his Zhonya's to stay away from me for a couple seconds, miss the Counter-Strike, but that will be an ace as he does stall for 2 seconds. Now it is us with free reign of the map, so I will be pushing to... Actually, hold on. This is something that I find hilarious. Jax is one of the few champions that can solo Ebon Maw at ridiculously low levels. I've actually soloed Ebon Maw at 13 before, because Counter-Strike blocks Ebon Maw's abilities. This is not 100% speed. There we go. And also, if you have your Hex Tech and Ginsu's, it makes this really ridiculously easy. As you see, I'm actually gaining health because I'm blocking the abilities. I also seen the Teemo Shroom, and I kind of left it there to taunt them because they couldn't do anything about it. So yeah, sometimes I just do that in League. Just kind of taunt the people, like, ha, look at the buff I got and you didn't. What now? That's what you get for getting aced. Anyway, so we are going to see us actually now pushing forward with quite a bit of force, as they have 3 turrets up and we only have 2, right? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to see Darius getting caught out right now, and an active going on. I don't know what for, as Darius is going to do quite a bit of damage and dunk the wrong character, dunking the Gragas over the Riven, but Riven will get dropped, and I'm going to attempt to lifesteal, but the team will get out Blinding Dart in a matter of seconds, and they do get aced yet again with help from the Ebon Maw buff. So Katarina is going to push up the lane rather quickly, and we will see her actually taking this tower, yes? Oh, I hit the wrong button. We will actually see her taking the tower, yes? Yes. Will she take the inhib? Yes, she will. And she chooses to return? No, she does not. She actually chooses to go back and go to base, as I'm going to be defending top from some super minions, which really isn't that big of a deal. Once Jax gets the 3 items that I have for him, yeah, okay, never mind. The 3 items that you can't, the first 3 items, once you have these, you can pretty much take on super minions all by yourself and actually gain health. I got an Aegis of the Legion because they had both damages, and I was building my Banshee's Veil, so I can at least block one of these spells that can hinder me. Because mostly the Teemo starts with Blinding Dart, and the Gragas starts with his ulti, so might as well have a little bit of security when it comes to that fight. I also did to pick up a little bit extra health. Now, us really wary, Katarina actually having some disconnection or DC issues right now, so we really were worried that we weren't going to win this. We are 4 kills ahead, but that is not much when it comes to CS. That is only 700 gold difference. To put that into perspective, that is a Cage's lucky pick difference. So not much. Katarina actually reconnecting here, or coming back to her computer, we're not sure. And to this day, I still wonder where she goes. They have both altars, and our buff is down, and it looks like another fight's about to break out. We see the shroom, and we choose to completely ignore it. But will we go into that shroom-infested fight? As Katarina will pop a shroom, attempting to just clear us a fight, they are going to be able to see me inside of that. I'm actually interested. How the heck do they see me in there? I want their view. There we go. Their view. Okay, so what actually happened? Okay, I'm inside the bush. How can they see me inside the bush? That is really interesting. Does he have... No, he doesn't. That's weird. Anyway, Riven activating her ulti, getting ready for this fight, going in and getting bursted down completely by all 3 of us as we are going to collapse in. There's the Darius ulti as I am soaking up as much damage as I can along with Katarina. There is Katarina getting shut down by the Teemo, but the Darius dunking the Teemo there as the Gragas will attempt to get away, activating Ghost to make sure I do land my stun, and I cannot fast forward anymore. You know what that means? That means that it is going to be GG soon, and that was one heck of a game with a very, very slim turnaround. As we are at the final turret, there are some builds. I did kind of atrocious. I had really good CC for, or CS for this, and we actually chose to not come back and defend this, as we are right here and taking their Nexus. So, if you enjoyed the content provided, leave a like. You want to stay current, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.